Particular you want to work on today?
No, core, you know, you name it.
Cool. All right. Let's go ahead. Find our Pilates neutral. So hips are lined up. Go ahead, curl your belly down with control. We're going to start with that hip flexor stretch. So bring your knee up to your armpits and your left leg out. And then just sweep the bottom leg left to right, flexing the feet. My assistant is joining us today. She's impatient for her walk. You're going to be right there. Let's go ahead and switch to the other side. See if she comes over to the other foot. Yep, sure enough. Hope you're having a good day so far. It's a rainy day. It's a perfect day to lie on the floor. Not gonna lie. All right, let's get ready to do the 100. We're gonna jump right in. All right, this is gonna be fun to watch back. So option A is tabletop. Option B is perpendicular to the floor, and you know option C is 45 degrees away. So pick your poison, head and shoulders up. My assistant is gonna help us. We inhale for 5 and exhale for 5 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In 3, 4, 5 out. 3, 4, 5 in, 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 3, 4, 5 out. 3, 4, 5, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. And hello, Miss Teresa. Welcome, welcome. Send the body long. Arms overhead. Let your spine lift. Give yourself a quick spinal stretch. Big inhale here. As you exhale, you can bring your arms up to the sky or all the way down to the floor. We're going to do our roll-ups with a straight leg. So feet are flexed, take an inhale, and as you exhale, chin to chest, belly to spine. Watch how slowly I'm able to roll up. Hopefully you guys are getting better with momentum and starting to not have to use as much momentum, if any at all, right? That's the goal with this move, and a lot of the moves today that we're gonna do is to just rely on our muscular endurance and not our breath, not momentum, not feeling like we're pushing anything out. And if this feels too easy, feel free to level up, be my guest. Don't slow down on my account. Sitting up tall halfway, continuing to exhale all the way through the end of the pose and inhaling to reset before you exhale again on the way back down. And this is always a reminder, if you're not with this move, but with every move we do, if you're trying to level up and you're getting stuck with the neck pull, which is pretty advanced for a basic Pilates mat class, which is what this is, mix the moves together. So if you guys take my HIIT class, I do this a lot with push-ups as well, where I'll say go down on your toes, which is the easiest part of, doing a push-up, and then come up on your knees so that you get to, it's kind of like instead of going from 5-pound weights to 20-pound weights, just go with 10. You got to find a way to meet yourself in the middle. And this will be our last one. As soon as you come back down, find your way into rest pose. All right. Now we're going to roll ourselves up to seated. I'm going to give you guys 2 options depending on what you want today. So first option is we're going to be going all the way down. So fingers, if your butt is staying on the floor, your fingers are going to be closer to your butt than if you're doing the second option, which is here. So these are going to be partial tricep dips, but you have the option to have more weight in your arms, as opposed to rolling all the way down. You're going to feel it in slightly different places. So I'm going to let you pick your poison. I'm going to be up here. We're going to do 20 total. So let's go ahead, inhale down, exhale. Weights in my heels. And I'm not resting my butt on the mat. I'm just kind of grazing it and tapping. And you can try both as well if you want. If that first one isn't floating your boat, go ahead and switch it up. And make sure you're squeezing all the way down, all the way up to the top. I'm making kind of a diamond shape with my elbows, or a V, an upside down V. I believe this is 8. And since they're different paces, just hit that rest pose whenever you're done. This one kind of targets the lower part of the tricep. And then if you're just doing that short range one that I showed you with the floating butt, you'll feel it higher up near the shoulder. So when you're done, like I said, go ahead. You can roll back down into rest pose. And then you're gonna come onto your side. And we're gonna do the tricep presses that we haven't done in a little bit. So whatever side you're on, your bottom arm is gonna wrap up and tuck itself against your shoulder blade, kind of like giving yourself a hug. Your top arm is gonna swim under and plant itself right in front of your bottom shoulder. So the closer your elbow is to you, the easier this will be. You're gonna exhale and just push yourself up and make sure you lock out this elbow at the top so you can see this little muscle pop out, because that's what we wanna work on. And then inhale slowly as you come down. Exhale up, inhale down. And it's okay if you kind of have to wiggle a little bit to get there, because this is tough. We're putting probably, I would say 30% of our body weight right now into this single arm. Not 30, maybe 20. And you can also change that too. So you can mess around with how much that arm has by leaning forward and leaning back. But we want to be feeling this in the shoulder, a little bit in the chest, and in the tricep. I'm feeling it mostly in my tricep. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. And come all the way down. Woo, okay. I will meet you on the other side. We'll take a minute and stretch the arms out soon, I promise. Okay. And again, I'm on the meaty part of my glute, and I'm alternating kind of between bent legs and straightening if I'm starting to get weak or lose form to help myself get up. So when you're ready, we're doing 16 of these. I just had to fix myself there. So as a reminder, the bottom arm goes above the working arm. I couldn't figure out why it felt wonky. And I was like, oh, that's why. So we're going to 16. Again, it's okay if your pace doesn't match mine. I'm on 8. Use your exhale up, use your inhale down to recover and prep and adjust if necessary. I hope you guys had a good weekend. I did. I had kind of a spooky experience. At like 5 a.m. on Sunday, a big shelf that's on this side of my living room just fell off the wall. And nothing broke, which was weird. Because I have a lot of breakable things on that shelf, but nothing broke. Let's do one more if you're still with me. Ah, there we go. All right. Come to crisscross applesauce. But it was strange, and I finally figured out that they just turned the heat on in my apartment complex. So that wall expands and shrinks depending on the weather, and it was just 3M strips holding that up. So I have a fun new craft for this week. So if you're following along, I'm doing chicken wing pose. So I'm pressing this arm forward, doing a quick stretch. Go ahead and do the other side. I have just a couple more arms exercises for you. The next thing, we get to lay down. Oh boy, we get to lay down prone, which is a fitness term for laying down facing the floor. You're gonna bring your elbows right next to your t-shirt, like we're gonna press up into swan, but we're not doing swan. We're gonna do pulsing cobra. So we're gonna come up just a little bit. You wanna make sure that there's still, we're not going all the way to 180. We're coming up just until about here, and right when you feel an ab stretch, and then come back down. And this also might take a little adjustment. If you're not super flexible, bring your arms farther away, like that, so that you don't feel it as much in your spine. We definitely don't want to feel like our spine is getting crunched. So a really important thing here is to keep your glutes engaged. Even though this isn't a glute move, just like swan, we got to take care of all of our body, even if we're not doing the glute focus move. And this is another good tricep move. Let's go 5. This one is hard, I know. 4. And I'm getting tired, so I know you guys are getting tired. 3, 2, and 1. All right. Come on up. We're going to come back to seated. We're going to do a shoulder move next, and then we'll give you guys a little bit more of a stretch. I'm going to scoot back a little bit. So this one is going to be seated. I want you to kind of imagine you're like those monkey toys with the cymbals. So we're going to come up, extend, fold, and down. So I'm at 90 degrees. I'm lifting up and I'm squeezing my shoulders here in a straight line, and then I just hinge at the elbow and come back in. This is a great one to do with weights, but I'm guessing that after everything we just did, we might all be a little tuckered out, which is what we want. Good, let's do 4 more. 4. And when you extend, really squeeze your shoulder blades at the back. Last one. Good. Now, we're going to, what are we doing? We're gonna be here. This is our home base. Sorry, I just realized you can't see my eyes. This is our home base. We're gonna go up, center, down, center. So pick a breathing pattern that works for you. Inhaling in one direction, exhaling in the other direction. This is working those shoulders, so try and keep them down away from the ears. I think you might have been able to catch it there. I had to rearrange myself because I felt myself starting to do this. Instead of keeping it low, still squeezing my shoulders, but not squeezing them up, because that's not the muscle we're working. Let's do 4. Sitting up tall. 3, 2, woo! And 1. Ooh, I feel that one. All right. Very nice. Real quick, I'll give you guys a stretch before we move on. Come into child's pose. Let's do our arms down the center. Hang out here for just a second. Oh, yeah. Chest to the floor. Let the shoulders get heavy. Give yourself a gentle pull away. Awesome. And when you're ready, fold your hands up behind your head. Stretch the triceps. Ooh, I feel that today. Alternating sides. Good. Do each side one last time. Excellent. Okay. Coming up next, we are going to come onto our knees. So similar to our setup for the kneeling leg lift, I actually have to tip myself up for this. Dink, dink, dink. There we go. Okay. So these are, I call these reach aways. So I'm in the position for kneeling leg lift. My hands are together. And I'm going to reach away on the inhale, keeping my shoulders turned towards you, and exhaling to come back to center. So I'm trying to trigger my obliques, my upper obliques here on this right side, reaching away, exhaling up. Now what I don't want to do is turn towards the mat, because then I'm working a different part of my core. So try and stay long. If you need stability, you can add this bottom arm and just have this upper arm reaching away. Or if you have the opposite problem and you tend to be turning towards the floor, just try it with this bottom arm. Your breath will really help you here. Inhale down and exhale up. This is a slow one. A lot of Pilates is meant to be slow and not rushed. Let's do 4. Take your time. Let all of your obliques take the load and then release it. Good. Last one. And relax. Let's bring it to the other side one more time with feeling. Hands up, elbows next to the ears. Inhale, lean away, and exhale. So yeah, I don't have that many ghost stories for you, but that's probably the closest one I'll have, hopefully. I love asking people if they have ghost stories. I'm totally into like true crime and haunted houses and all that. So if we come back and we're at Ogilvy and you're like, oh my gosh, I forgot to tell you I had this crazy ghost story, let me know. But yeah, me and Daphne thought it was a ghost, but it was just our sent that heating system in our apartment, making things come off the shelves. Inhaling away, exhaling up. Let's do 3 more. This is 3. Woo! 2. And 1. And done. All right. And now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go back over to the other knee. And we're going to do same position, but for the kneeling leg lift. So these ones we've done before. So your toes are facing me. You're going to exhale up, inhale down just to tap the toe. So you want to imagine the mat is white hot lava. Or like a subway pole. You don't want to touch it unless you absolutely have to, right? Squeezing the glute. This is working outer glute, outer thigh. Leg is straight, toe is pointed preferably. Keeping your chest and your shoulders towards me. So if you find yourself folding downwards, try putting your hand behind your head like you're on the beach and not in, you know, October in New York. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, mama. All right, other side. We got more leg and glute stuff coming, don't worry. So toes are facing me. Let's go ahead. Good. I'm going to turn this down a little bit, but you guys just keep going. Awesome. Good. Let's do 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Next up, we're going to do fire hydrants. You guys know these. So you get to show off your nice new tricep muscles now. Coming into tabletop. Let's give the left leg a break since we just did that leg. So 90 degrees in the shoulders and the hips and the knees. So belly button is tucked in. Back is straight. Lift your shin to be parallel to the floor. Doesn't matter how high you go. Just until you feel that pinch in your butt. Exhale up. Inhale. Remember, we've talked before about that wedding photographer, just long enough to snap the photo. Freeze frame, and back down. Good. And I'm looking at the camera because it's my job to make metaphorical eye contact with whoever's watching. But if you can, keep your eye line down and just take audio cues from me, or verbal cues rather, so that you can keep everything in alignment. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Take a moment, shake it off. I'll meet you on the other side. Alrighty. Here we go. Left leg's had time to recover. Whew. Trying to remember what I did yesterday. My glutes are sore. I can't even remember what I did earlier today in HIIT. It's funny, if any of you guys do any sort of job where you're teaching something, I'm sure you know that like as soon as you teach a format or something, it goes out the window. It's in your brain and it's the only thing in your brain for that class or that session. And then it is history. So I got to write everything down whenever I have to go back to an old format. Good. Let's do 8. Freeze frame. 7. 6. Long spine. 5. Belly in. 4. 3. 2. And 1. All right. We're going to come back onto our back, lay all the way down, also known as supine or spine, is how I like to remember it. We're going to do the cross leg stretch. So right foot over left knee, flex your right foot, that's very important, and gently pull your left knee in towards you to give your right leg a stretch. Try and keep it dynamic too so you don't get any cramps. Bring your breathing back into the picture. Awesome, guys. Let's switch. Right leg down, left leg up. Flex your foot. And we're most of the way through class now, so take a quick emotional inventory. How are you feeling? Do you feel strong today? You know, how do you feel your body is showing up for you today? How are you showing up for your body, more importantly? Meaning up here. Are you mentally cheering yourself on? Is there a kinder way you can talk to your body and coordinate? All right. Food for thought as we move on. So next up, we're going to do our teaser taps. So back onto our butt. Shins are again parallel to the floor. Chest is proud. Shoulders are down away from the ears. Hands can be here for if you need a home base, but preferably see if we can get them to float. You guys know we're going to inhale to hinge only at the hip, keeping the knee angle the same, and exhaling to bring it up. And then we're going to inhale on the other side, just barely tapping the toe, bringing it back. Good, and even here, I have to check myself because as I'm moving, my toes are dropping. You guys see that? I was talking and then I went back to my monitor to make sure, and I was down here. So I know no one likes to be seen during class. It's scary. It's hard to turn your screen on, but even if it's just for you, if you guys have some sort of reflective surface where you can see yourself, that's going to make all the difference between now and when I see you again when we reopen, which is hopefully soon. Hopefully early 2021. Let's do 2 more on each leg. Stay tall, stay long. Shoulders away from the ears. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Good, all right. Sit all the way up. Real quick butterfly, soles of the feet together. Lean forward. Stretch the inner thighs and the hip flexors. Now we're going to do rollbacks. You'll see the method to my madness in a moment. We're working up to teaser. So that was the first part, remembering what it feels like to arrive at the top and hold that pose. Next, we're going to do rolling like a ball or rollbacks. So as a recap, I'm hollowing out my spine like I have a cute little puppy here and I don't want to squish it, and then I'm turning to marble so I can't be moved. Then I inhale, roll back, exhale up, and I hold this. Another option is seal pose, soles of the feet together. A little bit more challenging, and at the top you can make those taps. Again, the more solid and inflexible you can make all of your joints in that actual motion, the quicker this will come to you and the more effective it will be, especially when we come into teasing. Good. Come into rest pose for me. So, now that we have those two, we've trained our muscles that we need for teaser. We're going to try teaser. So option A is bent leg teaser, which is what we just did, right? Option B is full teaser, which I like to do in two parts. I think you guys have both heard my lecture on the two-part exhale, where we inhale to prepare. Step one, exhale number one is the toes come out. Second exhale brings my upper body up to that upside down A. So every 3 reps, take a break and reset, okay? But let's try and go for 3 rounds of 3 sets. So 9 reps total on your own time. And again, get that snapshot, that photo finish at the top to know you can hold the pose. Every 3 reps, take a break. Keep your spine straight. Keep your shoulders down away from your ears. So sometimes this helps, palms up and then palms down. Good. And when you finished your 9th rep, come into rest pose. All right. I'll give you guys a few more seconds to finish up if anyone's still finishing up. All right. And even if you are still working, that's totally fine. Take your time. Join us when you're ready. Right hand on left knee. We're going to cross over for a spinal twist. Left arm is out and left shoulder is down. Keep your left shoulder down as you roll over and bring your gaze to your left arm. Just breathe. Deep inhales, deep exhales. All the work is done. It's just recovery now. Slowly bring yourself back to center. Let's go to the other side. So right arm is out, left leg is straight, left arm to right knee. And keep your right shoulder down as you go into that twist. So nothing about stretching is a competition. The only competitor here is whoever you were yesterday, and seeing if you can reach just a little farther or stand just a little taller. Go ahead and come back to center for me. All right, we're gonna roll up. Let's do our right leg runner stretch. So we're starting open face, opposite hand, opposite knee. Reaching up, up, up. Make sure your feet are flexed. And turn towards the leg or just move the leg to 90 degrees. Inhale to reach up nice and tall. Exhale to fold over. Uh-oh, my watch is slow. Good to know. And real quick, let's do the left leg as we finish up. Take one last emotional and mental inventory here. Does the rest of your day feel a little bit more doable, knowing that you took this time out for yourself? Hopefully so. I know moving my body and remembering that I can do hard things that are uncomfortable, like push-ups still, even though I can do them now, I still do not like push-ups. But it reminds me I can do hard things. So hopefully this class and all the other classes that you guys are taking with Premise are a nice reminder that, especially in these uncertain times, which everybody says now, we can do hard things. So with that, this concludes our Monday mat Pilates. I hope you guys had a good time. I hope you feel good. Stretch anything I missed if you're able to, and continue to take care of yourselves, okay?
Thanks, Allie.
Thank you, Allie.
Bye. Bye.